Would you like to be able to teach a Reiki 1 course with confidence? Would you like to have your own Reiki business maybe and earn some or all of your income doing what you love? Hi, my name is Justin Peach and I'm a Reiki teacher. I've been teaching Reiki now for more than 20 years. I also coach and guide other Reiki masters with their classes and with their practices and also with their businesses. I was very fortunate really that a number of years ago I was able to quit my job and I was able to shift things around in my life so that I was able to earn income doing the things and the thing that really I love most and that was closest to my heart and to my soul and that was most fulfilling to me. I didn't have an easy time working normal jobs. I would get fired very often or it was difficult for me, so I quit. So I was very happy to slowly make a transition to working with Reiki full time. Now, I feel strongly that we are living in a time, probably more than ever, where we need to be on our heart path and also helping and guiding others to move onto their heart path so they can grow and heal and do the things that they love and that they came to this planet to do. And you, as part of this big Reiki community, there's a big chance that you feel the same way. So what I'm doing, I have decided to put all of my knowledge and experience and guidance in one place. And I want to help everybody who's Reiki master or who is planning to become a Reiki master, because the idea behind this course is to put down a complete knowledge base, an extensive course and training to support you and help you teach and work with Reiki. Now, whether that's for your friends or your family or for groups, that's completely up to you. When I first became Reiki master, I started my own practice and I dived very soon into treating others. And quite quickly and very unexpectedly, actually, I was invited by another Reiki master to give courses full time. And we ended up teaching extensively full time in the Netherlands and Belgium. And this was at a time where Reiki was very expensive. It still cost thousands actually to become a Reiki master. And that's something that we didn't fully agree with. We felt that Reiki belonged to everybody. It was really for the benefit of all of us. So we decided to kind of make a break with the tradition at the time, and we made Reiki much more affordable. And that meant that we had a large amount of people coming to our classes. Sometimes we would have 30 people in the course. It was a bit challenging and quite unexpected, but I guess we were kind of somehow in the right place at the right time. So I jumped into teaching, or let's say I dived into teaching and learned a lot by doing. And I learned a lot, of course, by making plenty of mistakes. But I was lucky to have guidance. I was really on a spiritual path, and I was lucky to find a genuine spiritual teacher. And he was an enlightenment teacher, and he was actually quite a strict guy. He was a chap from New York. He wasn't a beautiful Tibetan yogi. He was quite a strict guy from New York, and he had quite a profound understanding of consciousness, of the ground of being, and he was able to transmit that and teach that in a very, very real way. And I ended up staying with him for 14 years, 14 quite tough years, and I learned an awful lot, and I learned a lot about myself. And I think I came out as quite a different person, and it helped me enormously with my Reiki practice, with teaching Reiki, and understanding how to teach and understanding how to guide others as well. And now I wasn't really looking for another teacher, but I'm fortunate enough to work with a really very beautiful being. He's a Kung Fu master, he's a Qigong master, and he's teaching me an awful lot about energy work in a very profound and deep way, and that's really given an enormous amount of depth and ground to my teaching, and I'm really quite lucky. So I really love to teach and help others. It's one of the most fulfilling things that I do. I really feel that I'm actually um, giving something of value when I teach and help others. So I really enjoy it very much. And I love to help others teach. It gives me, it's just very, very fulfilling. So Reiki's brought me so much abundance and freedom, and I really want to share that with others by helping others in a very real way, helping you in a very real way with your Reiki business and with teaching and giving courses. So this is what this course is all about. It's a video course is going to be a complete masterclass, everything that you need to know to teach a Reiki 1 course with confidence. And I'm really putting all of my 20 years of Reiki knowledge and teaching all in one place as a resource for everybody who wants to be able to give classes with confidence, whether that's for your friends and family or if you want to do that in a more professional way, that's completely up to you. So what's going to be in this course? Well, I'm going to go very deeply into the different aspects of healing. So how and why we get sick, how we heal. And this knowledge, once you understand it, is really going to empower you as a Reiki healer and as a Reiki teacher, because you're going to be able to impart this knowledge, this very important knowledge and understanding to your students. And that's going to give them something of real value, because people can come to a course and they can have a profound experience. But when you can give them a foundational understanding, they can then place that experience into a broader context, so that when they go home and they start to work with Reiki, they can kind of unfold that knowing that you give them in a way which they are able then to answer questions themselves and to take steps further for their own development. So really what we're teaching, when we teach Reiki with a good foundational understanding and a good context, is that we're giving something which is very empowering, because then your students are going to be able to develop it in a way which they can bring themselves forward further. And I think that really has an awful lot of value, because I see a lot of people maybe come to my classes after having gone to another class first, and they've had a good experience, but they don't really understand that experience. And we can give them that deeper understanding and that empowerment, and that leads to spiritual autonomy with people. And I think that's something that is truly valuable. So I'm going to explain in detail how Reiki really works. So the exact mechanics, which is enabling Reiki to release energy blocks. This is really deep and important understanding. I'm going to teach you how to ensure a clean energetic exchange during treatments. And this is important information that really your students need. And the application of this knowledge, of course, is we teach it in the context of working with energy and giving energy treatments. But of course, once you understand this, and once your students understand this, it's easy to see that this important understanding of having a clean energetic exchange is not only limited to working with energy or working with Reiki, but of course all of our interactions and relationships are energetic exchanges, so that when we can have clean, clear, transparent energy exchanges, we really liberate ourselves in relationship to other people. We can move out of codependent relationships and we can really empower ourselves. So I'm going to teach you about this, how this really works, and how you can teach your students this. And one of the cool things about teaching, and you might have experienced this already, is that once you teach Reiki, your understanding deepens. So becoming a Reiki master and teaching yourself is a very important part of your journey to go much deeper into the development of your intuition, your subtle awareness, and really your direct contact with spirit and the universe in such a way that you develop and are able to answer questions yourself. You're going to be looking less to external sources for your validation, for your information, and you're just going to discover more and more that you have access to information directly. And that's really a kind of very profound byproduct almost of uh, teaching Reiki. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to encourage people to teach, to start to teach. Um, Wherever you are on your journey, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I have to have reached a certain level of development. I have to look like this or I have to look like that. You can't be further than you are. You don't have to be further than you are. Where you are is the only place that you can take your next step from. Um, but the reason I put this course together really is to give you all the foundational knowledge so that you can develop further, gain more self-confidence, and teach in the way which is appropriate for you. But really, what I teach my Reiki masters when they come to my courses, there's a very good chance that you are already where you need to be to teach. And allowing that and really just accepting that means that you can teach from the person that you are. That means that you are authentic. And as an authentic teacher, you're going to have real transmission. And that transmission is a very powerful way of teaching. Your students resonate with you with that transmission. And that knowledge really is something which awakens in them at a cellular level, at a DNA level. So starting to teach is a great way, a very powerful way to take your development further and do something which is really, really beneficial to other people. Now, in this course, I'm going to teach you how to work with groups, right? So how to guide a group, how to work with group consciousness, how to use collective awareness to deepen the experience of everybody that day. Because when everybody in a group is on the same page and bringing their awareness and their consciousness to that shared space, that deepens the experience for everybody. It makes it easier for you as a teacher, and it makes it a much more profound and deep experience for your students. So I'm going to explain to you how to set up the day, how to work with that group consciousness. And really also this course is there to give you a repository for all the practical information, right? So I'm going to teach you how to give an attunement, and I'm going to teach you the most powerful way that I've come across to give an attunement. So working consciously with your chi energy, channeling that in a way which gives your students a very powerful and profound attunement and reconnection with that Reiki energy. Now, I'm going to be putting this course together over the period of the next few weeks, and that means that you're going to be able to ask me questions during the development of this course. I'm going to be releasing between 1 to 3 videos every week, and that means that you can ask questions and give me feedback, and that's going to help me create the content that you need. So it really means that you're helping me build this course and give you everything that you need, all the information, all the tools that you need to teach with confidence. So this is kind of a beta pre-launch version of the course at the moment. I'm going to limit it to the first 100 people. I'm going to make it available at a significant discount for the first 100 people. So that means that if this course is for you, you can get it now for 50% off. I think at its full price, it's going to be extremely valuable and very, very good value for money. But everybody who jumps in and helps me now, you can get the course at pretty much half price. Generally, when I promote the things that I do, I like to just be a little bit under the radar. I put my courses out there just very simply, and I trust that the universe brings me the right students, and it works very, very well like that. But I do feel confident that there's nothing like this online. I think that it's probably a first. I'm condensing down all of my knowledge from the last 20 years, and I'm putting it into a very accessible video format. And I think that it's good value for money. I think it's really, really going to help people. But I want to make it accessible. So that means that I'm offering this with a full money back guarantee. So if for any reason after purchasing the course you feel that it's not for you, not a problem. You can get a full refund, no questions asked. So really, there's everything in this course to help you teach with confidence. But there's something extra that I wanted to give you. Now, when I teach Reiki Master, I teach my students something which is called the fire breath. So this is a seldom taught energy exercise, very powerful energy exercise, which comes from the South American Toltec tradition. This powerful technique allows you to quickly build up chi energy and consciously bring it around your energy centers and around your internal organs. Very powerful practice for your health, development of energy, development of chi, um, and for the development of consciousness. So it's something I like my Reiki masters, my students to know and to have as an extra tool in their toolbox. So I'm going to be including that technique in this course as well. I'm going to teach you how to use the fire breath. So if you feel that this is for you and really trust your intuition, that's the most important thing in a decision like this. If you feel that this is for you, then register below, and I really look forward to working together with you. And I'll see you on the inside.